Businesses over a period of time, depending on how well they are organized, they grow. There is another debate that majority of the businesses they start, but very few of them become successful. Then the reason are many and obvious. It takes a lot of effort, coordination for a business to become successful. Look around in your communities, people you know, or people you have seen in your country. Many people start different ideas and many times they fail. Many times they have put a lot of investments in their business and sometimes they lose them. I want to share a story with you. I was in UK for my studies a couple of years ago, and I am fond of a specific type of food which was not available in that city where I was. So I asked around, and some people told me that you have to go to next city and you will find what you are looking for, and they make it very good. And I went there, of course, and I tried that food, and the taste was absolutely amazing. For that specific dish which I was looking for, I never had in my life that type of taste. And although it was a little bit costly that you would have to go from your city to next city, and it takes time also, but the taste was so good that I started going there quite often. Because I was going there a lot of times, I became friends with the people in the restaurant. Very soon I became friends with the manager, and he even was able to make that taste better for me, asking me some questions that how do I like it, spices, other type of things. In other words, he was very knowledgeable in his field. When I was leaving that country, finished my studies and coming back to Jamaica, one of those evenings I was chatting with him and I told him that I would not be coming back because I have to go back to my country now. And we were just chatting, and he was sitting with me and we were chatting. And I asked him that you know so much about the business, you know inside out, you have relationships with customers, you know how to talk, you know how to manage the operations, you also know how to cook. Why don't you start your own business? It will not be difficult for you, and you will definitely make more money than what you are making now. His eyes became a little bit teary, a little tears. It was emotional, sensitive topic for that, and we were talking about other things also, which are not relevant for the course. I'm just trying to link it with businesses. And he said to me that he has been working in the field for many years. He saved money, and then there was a time that he started his own business, And he, with all the knowledge, everything he had, all that experience, he put all of his investment, he took loans, whatever he had to do to start the business. And he started it, but it did not work out. And he said, I don't know what was the reason. And then we did not speak more on this topic, and we started talking about, I said that in my mind, I said I should not talk more because he has tried it and he knows what. So what I'm trying to say, that even with all the knowledge, all the experience, everything, sometimes things don't work out the way you would want to work them. And we are talking about business, uh, a small business in a city, opening a restaurant or something around that. And I'm sure you have seen these type of stories in your life, or if you look around, you will find many examples where businesses start and don't become successful. You can run a simple Google search right now, sitting where you are. What is the success rate of starting a business? And you will be astonished. Success rate is very, very low. As a matter of uh, the fact is that they say that you start a business and you don't make money for 6 months, 6 months, a year. That is normal if you are not making money. So you should have your that type of money which can take care of the expenses for a year. Some people say be careful and keep it for 2 years, depending on different countries, different cultures, scale and scope of the business, all of those things. Yeah. From this lens, you start thinking now that a business would start, let's say a restaurant, a food place. I'm saying food place because the example I gave is of a food place, but you can think of any other example also. See the issues with starting a small business in your city, and now over a period of time you need to make it successful, and then you will want to grow, make other shops in your city, then become more successful, expand it into other cities, make it a countrywide operation, then maybe jump into some other country if it is very successful, depending on the market needs, market research, demand of the product, all of those things. You expand it to other countries. It is possibility that you are very successful in your home country, but when you go in some other country for making some simple mistake, you are not accepted in that country. Then once you are not accepted, then to re-enter in the same country is quite hard, because in your first entry you have made some perceptions in the minds and hearts of people. And then if you have to see, become successful in another country and then make it success in your maybe continent, and then maybe become a, a true, in the true sense of international business, global business, you might become successful. Just imagine how much it is going to take. What is the scale and scope of the things you would want to be taking into your kind consideration when and if you want to make your international business successful? What it is going to take? Just take a moment and try to feel the intensity of the pressure you are going to face there. What type of risk is there? Of course, we can play safe and go for a 9 to 5 job, security, learn some skills. If this place don't keep us, go to some other place. That is what most of the people around the world do. They work for someone else. Most of the people. Because it is more risky to start your business. What if I fail? That is the big question in the human mind. What if I fail? What if people don't like what I say, what I do, what I make? That fear. So then looking at all of this, what I'm trying to say as introduction to the course, of course we are going to go in depth on all these things as much as possible. But what I'm trying to say is that take out that fear. The fear of failure should not stop us to try something in our life, especially when we are young, when we can take the risk. Of course, it should be calculated risk. But then there is a saying which I was talking about last week in management of change: burn your boats behind. And if you become successful in your business, the rewards which you are going to benefit are far more in any type of job, no matter how high the job is, are different, very different. The sense of accomplishment is very different. In other words, all of the things which I have said in the last 10 minutes is to encourage you to go for entrepreneurship. You have some idea? Maybe you're a girl, you can make cakes. I don't know. Whatever that idea is. In today's world, internet has disrupted how we do businesses. The general organizational structure which is taught in universities across the globe, in my humble opinion, and you have all the right to differ, make your own conclusions, that is redundant. When businesses start growing in the age of internet, they have the success which was not possible in the past. In other words, information has a faster speed of traveling nowadays. So there are two ways to look at it. One is success, one is failure. If your business will do something good, it will reach the masses very fast. If your business is going to annoy some customers, the customers are going to go on Twitter and other social media sites and badmouth your business. But anyways, let me re-emphasize the point that if you have any idea Any thought which is in your mind, you want to try it out, no matter how small it is, some service you can give, anything you can do. Maybe make a website, put it out, see what happens. And maybe fail. I'm not asking you to become successful. No, I'm asking to go all out and do your thing. What is in our hands is to try. The end result is many times it is not in our hands. But are we trying with full energy, full focus, whatever we have? So that is how, if you have any idea, anything, whatever you have, try it out, see how it goes. Maybe fail, learn from it, reflect, why did you fail? Come back to it, try it one more time and see how it happens. That is the nature on which how international businesses became international businesses. There is no business in the world who has never made any mistakes. No business. Even the ones who are very successful now, as we look at the market, even the companies, big international businesses, very, very big, like Amazon, you can call Facebook also international business. These type of businesses, they also make mistakes every now and then. If you are observing, reading what they are doing, you will find out that all the things they are doing now, they are not equally successful in that. Is it the case that all the things Google is doing right now, they are equally successful in that? No, they are not. Sometimes they are successful, other times they are not. And look at the resources they have, look at the brain power they have, all of those things. So with this in mind, couple of things, reflect on them. Number one, to become successful in international business management, what it is going to take. And those are the things which we are going to talk in our 15 hours over 5 days. Number two, on a personal level, if you have any idea, anything, put it out there, see how it goes, learn from your mistakes, start it early, and then see how it goes. And over a period of time, you will learn something from it. And after trying, if it is something which is not for you, then it is fine. You can do a 9 to 5 job, but even in your 9 to 5 job, try to have entrepreneurial spirit. Try to do something on the side track. That is very important. Yeah. So think about these things. Before we really start talking about the key things in international business management, and I went through some of the things, like you will start some business, you will see how it goes, expand it in your city, take it to other cities, your country, next country, continent, maybe over a period of time. international business, global business. But I want to go back, like how a business starts, how any business starts. What is the first thing from where it starts? I want you to reflect on that. For example, look at some international business like Netflix. I'm choosing Netflix because it is quite popular among all of us. I think all of us at least know about it, and many of us watch it regularly. But even if we don't watch regularly, we still know the name of the company. Just run a quick Google search on Netflix. Which year they started, how did they grow, how they were in maybe 30, 20 countries initially, and overnight they decided to expand the operations globally. Overnight, literally speaking. Run some Google search and read about the expansion of Netflix, how that happened. And that was maybe because of the nature of the business, internet again, online. How it disrupted so many other businesses, the way people consume these movies, entertainment, all of those things, dramas, whatever you want to call them, films. Netflix changed the way the world looks at this type of entertainment. They changed it. They changed the direction of the studios which make movies like Disney and others. How did they start? Yeah. So that is what we are trying to think, like where do they start? Where these things start from? Look at Amazon, yeah. And I'm talking about these big companies because everyone is, familiar with these companies. But I'm sure in your own countries you have businesses, big businesses like that. You should be thinking about those businesses and try to think how did they start. Like Amazon, selling books online. What a simple thought it is. Now, if I say let's start a business and sell books online now to you guys, there is nothing big in that. You will say, okay, it's, it's regular thing. Now, but if you go back in time when Amazon started and they said, when Honorable Jeff Bezos said that let's sell books online, did he get that type of support which I might get from you guys if I say let's start a business and sell books or anything like that online? No, he did not. Did Jack Ma from China, Alibaba, when he came up with what he wants to do, Did he get any support? No. Did Steve Jobs, Apple guy, when he came up with the idea of iPod, how to listen to music, that transformed the music industry, guys. Please try to feel the intensity. What have these guys gone through? What have Jack Ma would have gone through? What have Honorable Steve Jobs have gone through? What hurdles they would have faced? And but think about it. I am in Jamaica, you are in other countries. We are talking about international business management and we are taking their names. They don't even know. Again, reflection is that how do these things start? How do these things start? Think about in the last 2 years because of this pandemic, COVID-19, many people lost their jobs. The way of doing various things changed. If you are looking for a job in these times, I'm sure you have faced some difficulties because of different policies or ways of doing things for businesses changed. Many people lost their job across the globe, no matter how developed the country is, no matter it is United States of America, every country in the world, people lost jobs. Maybe you did not lose job, I also did not lose my job, but we can look around and see people lost their jobs. And in this time, in this adversity, in this difficult time, their minds, for some of them, not all, for some of them, their minds started working. They put pressure on their mind what to do. And they thought about some ideas. So the keyword for today is our reflection on ideas. So they put pressure in their mind and they thought about some idea to start some business, a small one, maybe making food at their home, putting it in boxes, coming out on the road, maybe, and selling it as homemade food, which would imply maybe more healthy, whatever you want. And then we can argue it is COVID time, so people are, maybe not going to have the food. But like I'm in some countries, this is happening. And you can think about other ideas. I said food because I am linking it with the example I gave in the beginning. And in your own surroundings, you can see that there are many people who lost their job, adverse time, they started thinking and they came up with some idea and they started doing something maybe online or whatever. Maybe they are not very big right now, Maybe they will never become big, ever. But that is not the point. The point is to start something. And if we look at any type of business, which might be a very big international business, now you can think now, like if I ask you what is your favorite business, which business you like, yeah, different names can come. For example, maybe some people would say they like Nike, maybe, I don't know. Different people have different tastes. How did Nike start? It started with some idea. How did Amazon start? Started with some idea. How did Alibaba start? Idea. How did Facebook start? Idea. A very simple idea if you look at now. But at that time, people were not taking that idea. They thought it was crazy. But these people tried that idea, had difficulties, a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems. They kept on it over a period of time. You can call it now different things, maybe. Destiny also has things to do with that based on my belief system. But everyone is different. You think the way you want to think about. So many factors has to come together. Going back to the main key idea for today is ideas. Every business which is a successful international global business, now if you go back in the history and try to understand how this business started, it started with some very simple basic idea which is maybe simple now, but at that time people were not thinking it as very simple. They were looking at a complicated idea. What I'm trying to say is that this is the nature of ideas. When you give ideas to some people and people have not seen that with their eyes, they are going to say what type of stupid idea it is. Why? Because they have not seen it in reality. They don't see it working. It's not going to work. But once you see it, once you see Amazon growing, selling books, and then next business and next business and next business. Today, if you want to talk about Amazon, it's going to take forever for you to reflect on various type of business activities which the big giant Amazon is involved in. But all of these businesses started with some idea. Now, what I want you to focus on is that reflect, think about your own life. Have you ever gotten any type of idea which was interesting? You failed in that idea or you passed in that idea, that is not the debate. The question here is that have you ever gotten any type of interesting idea? Maybe you never thought about it, but if you will reflect, which I hope that you are reflecting right now, you will find out that in your life you have gotten many interesting ideas for doing different things. Maybe it was some project in school. Maybe it was some activity in school. Maybe it was something at your work. Maybe it was something to do with you are arranging some family function and no one was thinking about something and you came up with some idea and you implemented it in the family function or get together or whatever, and everyone liked it. And everyone was saying what a beautiful idea that is. We all get those type of ideas every now and then. It does not has to be a business idea. I'm just talking about idea. Yeah, so the question here is, please reflect on this. Have you ever gotten any type of idea and maybe make a list? Oh, I got that idea once. I got that idea once. I got that idea once. Once you are able to figure out when you got those ideas, now we need to go a little bit deeper. And this is very important for basics of international business management, the way I want to cover it with you guys. We don't have a lot of time. We just have 15 hours. This is the basis on which I'm going to spend my time with you guys. We might never talk about it again because of lack of time. So please reflect on this. So once you have that list of ideas, now the question, fundamental key question for today is that how did you get that idea? That idea which you got, anything in life, something interesting idea. It can be very simple idea. That's fine. The question, the key reflection question is, how did you get that idea? How? For example, what were you doing when you came up with that idea? What were you doing? Did the idea come in your sleep when you were sleeping, and the idea came in your dream? And for many people, ideas come in their dreams. And many successful people, if you listen to their interviews and stuff like that, they say that they always keep a notepad beside their bed, because in the middle of the night they might get some idea and they just want to write it down quickly, because in the morning they might forget. And we know that many times we see some dream or something, we wake up, we don't remember. So for some people, ideas come in dreams. Again, please don't forget the main key question here. The key question is, the ideas which you got and were interesting, how did you get those ideas? When did you get those ideas? What were you doing when you got those ideas? This is very important question, guys. Very important. For business, for management, for international business, for life, for entrepreneurship, anything you want to think about. Because every business starts with ideas. You and me also get ideas. We want to understand how, when, what we are doing, when we are getting those ideas. Because we want to get those type of ideas more and more and more in our life. That is why it is very important to understand how do we get that idea. Yes. So for some people, I was saying that the ideas come when they are sleeping. For other people, they say that the ideas come when they are taking a shower. They are in the shower, the water is running on their body, they are relaxed, calmed maybe, and they get idea. For some people, when they go in nature, when they take a walk in the woods alone, they are reflecting on life, what has happened, all of those things, they are getting ideas. Some people get ideas when there is adversity and there is difficult time. So the key question for today, guys, is that whenever you get ideas, what are you doing when you are getting those ideas? How can we get more interesting ideas? What are your thoughts on that? What should we do to get more interesting ideas? I encourage you to look into the literature on ideas. It's very important, I think. When I was looking at it and reading a couple of things which I saw, which were very interesting. For example, they say that ideas come when you break your routine, break your patterns in life. The same type of things, when you are doing them again and again, they become monotonous. When they become monotonous, we don't pay attention because it becomes our habit, it becomes our second nature. Like in your room, wherever you are right now, I am thinking that you are familiar with that place. Start looking around in your room, in your surrounding, wherever you are. Yeah? Start looking around. Look at the wall, look at the ceiling, look at look at the fan or the chair or the wall or the window. Just look around. Yeah, see, look, see, look. Maybe you, when was the last time you took time to look in your surrounding? Like really take time to look. Just look. Maybe not often because life is busy. You know, this is your room or your place, wherever you are, and you don't pay attention to it because, but when you will pay attention, you will see that, you will feel different. Yeah? So we are not, we won't pay attention if it is something which we are doing again and again over a period of time because we are familiar with that maybe. But when we will break the routine, when we will do something differently, breaking routine, breaking the pattern, we will see different things on our way. We will see different people on our way. On your campus, on your campus, if you are taking the same route every time when you are walking on the campus, you are walking through the same place, you are sitting in the same place, even in the library you have the same spot, in your class you sit in the same spot every throughout the semester, whenever you are in that room you sit in the same spot. And most of the people do that. If you observe, there are people who would always sit in the front, there are people who would always sit in the middle, there are people who would like to sit always on the right or the left. They have their spots. And if you see them again and again in the same room, you will see that they are sitting in the same spot, same route on the campus. Then how you are going to get new ideas, fresh ideas? If you are not thinking, looking at fresh things, fresh ideas are not going to come. So what I'm trying to say, break the pattern, maybe break the pattern in your life. If you are because you are sitting in the same place on the campus, you are going to see the same place, same people who come at that place. If you want to meet different people now, you have to go to different places on the campus. Same thing is generally in. So as you change your routes, as you break patterns, fresh way of looking at things comes. That is one way, because you are more alert. That is one way. And then second is that it it asks you to pay attention more because you are in the new place. Whenever we are in the new place, it gives us new way of looking at things. Yeah. Yeah, now it is maybe your time to tell us that, based on the way you look at things, what do you think? Where do good ideas come from? What can we do in our private personal lives that we get good, interesting ideas? All of those things. Yeah. So anything you would like to say, this is high time. Those of you, a lot of people I know are familiar with you guys. We have done courses before. So please, I expect that you will come and speak. And then I'm seeing some people who are for the first time. I'm seeing them. Welcome to my session. It's quite interactive. It's just because the first I wanted to just speak on something, so that is why I was not taking you guys. But please see if you can also comment. Don't be shy, and share your thoughts on ideas, anything which you would want to say. Unfortunately, I'm not able to look at the things which you are posting on chat right now. So maybe if there is some idea, some point which you want to bring in the discussion, please maybe use it, make it through your mic, and if you can do the video also, camera also, that would be nice. Yes, Summer, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to give an example about coming up with a new idea.
Yes.
We had a project on the university, and my friends know that we took the course Agile software and product management, and in this course we did a project. Actually, how I got this idea is we have in the campus application. Its name is My Özü. Özü is our university name, and in this this application is like it includes also students comments and news about the university. And some our friends post on the application like did you know some instructors about the math course to pass this course, or did you know the some friends who give the lessons about physics, like so that. But the students give some students give lessons to our friends, and some students also want to take lessons from the students, because the students give lessons less than instructors. You know, because the lessons are a little bit expensive because university students. Then
Yes.
I realized that the students don't know each other. There is a problem that some students cannot take lessons from the students who successful students who pass the courses with A+, like that. They post on the application, but they somehow they didn't know each other, because all of the students cannot always enter the application, because you know that we are busy, and you know we have some work. Then I take this idea, and I say that we have team, and we can create this application, this website to meet this to meet these students, and we create a private tutoring platform to especially engineering students, and this platform also provides students with the opportunity to take lessons from the instructors, also not just the instructors but also the successful students who go to the university. And students can take all, lessons from also you and also us, like university students. Also, because actually we had this website so much in our country, but especially these websites for the high schools. For the university students, we cannot we cannot have such ideas, and we realized that this website does not don't for the engineering students, because we have hard courses like I have, let's say, math, physics, or electrical courses. And we think that this website, how can I say it, this beneficial for us. Also, actually, you can look at, but it is Turkish, this website.
Yes,
This is not active now, but
that is okay. You
we
can
hope that
post
we release it. We release it in after 1 month, such like that. We hope that this will be the startup. I don't know, but even if we unsuccessful, we had a great experience.
Yes. So when is it launched or is it not launched yet?
It is not launched yet. We think that about September.
September. Okay.
While starting the university.
Yes, it is a great initiative, and you never know how it can become very successful, and you guys might be only working on this and not on any other job, and this will become your your life. And especially that idea that the students, successful students who are maybe more well read or more knowledgeable on that matter, they can also maybe teach and whatever, and they will increase their knowledge in doing that, and it will be more economical for the other students because they will have to pay less to them. So this is a very good interesting idea, and it's done on internet, so you can now even if it is in Turkish, now Turkish people around the world.
Actually, we want it global, but because we not released yet, first of all we should start with Turkey, but we take instructor applications from a lot of countries. So here, if anybody say that I am successful in this field, you can apply for us for the instructor part.
Very nice. That's very nice. So please, guys, look at that. So Summer and our friends, they have made this website. You can now send whatever. You must be good in something. There must be something. You should send your CVs and stuff like that to these friends there. You can talk with them in the chat, and maybe offer your thing, and no worries if they are not going to, maybe they are not going to pay you because you are a student right now, and that is fine. You will gain some experience, you will gain some exposure, you will see how this thing works.
You will get fee, not every instructor get their fee.
Yes, so it is a good idea. So see how these are some
Win-win.
students from Turkey, and they are thinking about these things, and they have started to develop their own website and all of those things. And it is easy to do these type of things. It's not that hard. Like, you can create websites and these type of things. There are many tools. You don't have to
Yes.
learn the languages and stuff like that, like HTML or something like that. You can make very easily the websites and buy the domain names and all of those things. But then coming back to it,
Yes.
this is the idea. So Summer and her friends, they came up with this idea that there is a gap, and there is something which can be done in that. So they said, all right, let's see how it goes. It might become successful, and she said that even if it is not successful, the lessons which they are going to learn from this are going to continue with them in their life. And when next time they will be or anyone else will be making a website like that, they might be their consultants, and they might tell them, don't do this, it does not work like that, do this, this works, don't do that. So that type of knowledge they are going to gain. So please, if you are interested, get in touch with them. And even if in your own countries, now you can now think about something which maybe from this idea you can maybe try that out. So this is very good example which really helped in explaining what I was trying to say in the last 50 minutes, 45 minutes. So thank you very much, Summer, for that. Great. Yes, next one. Please see if other friends are also there who have some things to share with us. The question again is that um, if you got any idea, how did you get that idea? What were you doing? How the ideas can be generated? What are some of the things we can do to generate ideas? Any tips, any tricks you can share with the colleagues here? Anything on those lines, idea generation and all of that, that would be nice if you guys can share. um, yes, yes, Chan, please go ahead.
Hello, Professor. I would like to
Yes.
share about your previous question about like how do we generate good ideas, and I think that
Beautiful.
like good ideas don't come from when we intentionally think of it, like when we try to sit down and we keep thinking
Mm.
for hours and hours, and usually by this practice we cannot come up with very good ideas, but instead like when these ideas are coming from our daily life, like through what we experience, through what we observe or notice about our surrounding environment, and these may usually create um, great ideas. And I think these great ideas are usually in a short period, which means that if we don't um, note that in mind or note that in somewhere else for us for our future reference, then it may disappear very soon. So I think good ideas appear only in a short time, and it is this short time which makes um, which makes the first step of allowing our idea to become true. And after there's an initial idea to be formed, and we have to move on into action plans, like we have to coordinate
Mm.
workforces and so on. But I think these are already further actions. But at the first place, when ideas come out, we have to grab it in a timely manner in order to
Mm.
like create a good idea.
Beautiful, beautiful point, Chan. Beautiful point. Loved it, loved it, loved it very much. Thanks very much for sharing this. So Chan is making some observations here. For example, he's saying that, and now you can reflect with your own experiences. Uh, as I was reflecting when Chan was speaking, like he's saying, short periods. They just come from somewhere for a short period of time. If we don't, for example, if we don't make a note of that, as I was explaining you a while ago, sometimes people are sleeping and in their thought or in their dream they get some idea there. So if they don't make a note of that or something like that in that short period of time, sometimes they are going to forget that. So I think, and he said, execute it or think about it in a timely manner. I think time is a great pointer for this discussion, because that is the same thing I was trying to share with you also, when I was saying that um, Amazon people, they came up with this idea, sell books online. If we talk about this idea now, it is a basic idea, but time, at that time when they started, it was a big idea at that time. Yeah. So the time and space is something which you want to think about. And if you reflect on what Summer said, she's talking about both things, time and space. Space is her environment where she is in. She and her friend saw that there is a need for this. They said, all right, let's make a website and see how it goes. And also time and space, I think that is very, very interesting point about that. Another thing which Chan has mentioned, and it is very thought provoking and very deep if you think about that. He's saying that ideas are not going to come when you are going to sit down and think about that. It is not an activity which maybe just by forcing yourself that, oh, where is that idea? I'm not getting that idea. it's not it's not maybe like that. Maybe it is open to discussion, but we are just trying to reflect on what Chan is saying, and it's quite profound if I think about it. It is just like, poetry, a piece of art. Poetry, you want to write some poetry, can you write it whenever you want, or it comes from somewhere? Yeah, it comes from somewhere. So if you listen to the conversations of poets and ask, interviews, and they ask them, how do you get that poetry out? How that? They say, wait, we don't know, it just came from somewhere. It's not planned thing. It just comes from somewhere. It just comes from somewhere. Yeah. So where it comes from? Where it comes from, that is again very interesting question to think about. And the point Chan has made is that observe. He said observe. Observe. Yeah. And same pointer I also made a while ago, where I asked you to observe even in a place where you are comfortable and you know where you are, and you take it for granted, you are not really looking around. Look and observe in the place where you are comfortable, which you are familiar with. Observe it. Observe it. Observe it. Take time to feel the things, feel the places where you are walking through. And generally we are in a rushed, just rushing from one thing to next thing and next thing to next thing. We have so many things to do in a day. When we are rushing through things, then that thing which Chan is talking about, observe, notice, that is not going to happen. Yeah. Another thing which Chan mentioned, and I really loved it, to be honest. He's talking about experiences. He's saying ideas are going to come from having different experiences in your life. He's not saying from successes, different successes. No, experiences, different experiences. You are in science, you are a science major. Go and sit in a class of arts where they are going to talk about poetry and literature, and it's not your thing. You might not even understand, if this is your first time, what they are talking about. You might feel it is waste of time, but please remember, it is not. You are different experience, different exposure. Now take different courses which are maybe not related with your. So what I'm trying to say is interdiscipline approach. Interdiscipline. So ideas come where different people from different backgrounds come in, who have studied different things. Like, this is a very nice place for us to discuss, because people are coming from different backgrounds, different countries. Some people are engineers, some people are studying to be business managers, other people are studying to be computer related something. Yeah, different. So what is that? Different interdiscipline approach, coming from different experiences. of school and work, and they come and diversity of opinion, yeah, diverse background, and then they, so interdiscipline approach. So that is, so the point Chan was want to come back to that experiences. So it is very important for all of us to have as many experiences, good ones, of course. I'm not asking you to go and get involved into bad experiences, of course. Although people say that is very profound. People say that if you reflect, they learn in life from their bad experiences, not from their good experiences. Because when you have a good day, you take it for granted. You say, okay, good day, good day. But when it is a bad day, it really has a different feeling on you, different feeling on you. Yeah, a bad experience, a failure has, you learn from your failure. Yeah, very few people learn from success, because what is there to really learn? Because they were successful. So where is that growth? Although if you look deeply, there is, you can learn from your success also, but for generally speaking, it is when you fail, when you are not successful, then you will think and you will say, oh, how should I have done it differently? What can I do differently next time? And all of those things. So all of that is going to come from experiences. So if you are someone who is not open to experiences, different experiences, if we are someone who have a same routine, same pattern in our life, if we are someone who have the same type of friends and we hang out with same type of friends and we talk about same type of things all the time, then where the question is, where the good ideas are going to come from? I'm not stopping anyone to change their lifestyle. Of course, if you want to spend your time with certain people, please do that. If you are okay with the certain things to do, to be done in your life, that is fine. But the question here is that if the diversity will not come, if the new experiences will not come, what is your plan to get new ideas, fresh thinking? Yeah. So you can continue doing the things the way you want, but then you have to make a plan, a deliberate effort to put some things in your life which are going to help you to bring ideas every now and then, every now and then. So it's a good step to start. You know, how do people get ideas? How how these successful people who start something new, how do they do? How do they get ideas? Why I did not get that idea? Why? Whenever I am in some session and someone makes a comment which I did not think about or I did not say, I always ask myself why I did not get that idea, that beautiful idea. Why? Why they got that idea? In a good way, of course. You know me, many of you know me. I praise you guys. I like good thinking, and I try to be appreciative as much as possible. I hope you guys can see that, especially the ones who have taken the course with me already. I try to do that. But same note, so I'm appreciative, but I'm also asking myself question in a good way, that why I did not get that idea. So just asking that question from myself, it improves the thinking ability. I'm thinking on those lines a little bit more. Yeah, a very interesting point Summer and Chan has made. I hope you guys are making note and try to be a little bit reflective on these things, because once we start talking about international business topics, I will be on a fly, I think. So will you be. So this is a little bit of a reflection in the early as we start. I think it is very important, because yes, we are going to understand international business management and various factors in it. But before we go and appreciate the other international businesses, why don't we spend some time that why we are not getting these type of ideas which other successful people are getting, how we can get those type of ideas and implement them in our businesses, if not businesses, in our jobs, in our daily lives, whatever it is. Yeah, so please participate in discussion. Yes, next one, please go ahead.
Hi, Professor. Uh, hello. Uh, First of all, I apologize the sound on the background. It's a little bit noisy. Anyway, actually, what I want to mention is the same what you mentioned. I agree with all my friends. Great ideas actually come from problems or from lack of something. When and there is a need, and once you realize that problem, then you you have tendency to solve those problems. For example, one of my friends were suffering from the lack of knowledge about university departments, and he said I had changed my departments 3 times. Now I am not still happy. That's why I try to solve this problem, and then I get an idea. So
Hmm.
actually, the thing that I want to mention is you have to be sensitive to what is going on around you. You have to
Beautiful.
be active listener. You have to be aware of what is going on around you, what is going on in the world. That's why then you can find an idea for those
Hmm.
problems.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful point. Yeah, sensitive, sensitive to what is happening around you, sensitive to other people's need, sensitive to yourself also, if you want to really reflect deep on this. So, very good, very interesting points. Yes. Yes, next one, please. Go ahead.
Okay, hello, sir. Um, I didn't expect you to see as an instructor, you know. I wanna say that, you know, sometimes ideas comes constantly, and I think the point is trusting your idea and yourself or your team, because I thought that I believe that if you start your project, even though it was an amazing idea, this project does not work. I assure you that will not work. And one day you see your previous idea on the news, and somebody will be very successful with this idea. The point that I want to emphasize is trusting yourself and trusting your idea is a key point.
Mm, very good, very good. Trusting, trust
Mm-hmm.
factor, trusting your own self also that your idea is maybe worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very important, trusting, because think about it, these all these people we were talking about earlier, other people did not really like their ideas at that time. So what kept them going? It is what Melissa is talking about, their trust on their own idea and self. And it can backfire also. Sometimes you might have wrong calculation about yourself, and you might think that your idea is very good, but the fact is that the maybe the idea is really not that good. So it's a good point there. Trusting, yeah, trusting, yeah.
The thing that I want to say is it is not the same thing with the I'm super, my idea is super, and I don't accept any feedback from
Yeah,
somebody. It is not the thing that I mentioned. If you
yeah,
not if you don't trust your idea, you cannot do anything.
yeah,
You
yeah.
cannot continue. You cannot improve
You
the
cannot improve.
process. Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true. Very true. Thanks for that. And as you guys are speaking, I am going through the chat now. So, for example, Chan has mentioned there some people are risk averse and some people are risk loving. You need to see yourself what type of person you are. So, generally speaking, people who go for jobs and work for other companies, um, they are kind of risk averse. They don't want to take any risk with. It's not that they don't have any ideas. They also have ideas, but they want to play it safe. So if you are someone who is risk averse and like the safety security of a job, um, try to play with it a little bit depending on your personality. Of course, it is going to be hard, but try to play a little bit with it. Try to take maybe little small steps towards taking some risks which you are comfortable. And over a period of time, who knows, you will become someone who is open to taking some types of calculated risks. Um, uh, Luha is making interesting points there. Anywhere you go, there is some kind of people who don't like what others do or when they are successful. It's quite true, and you have to be maybe keep a little bit of a distance from from those people. This is important point. Information is key for success, especially in international business management, as we will go deep into the topics. Information, yes. A business, before a business goes into international market, they have to spend considerable amount of time collecting information on various things, on various issues in supply chain management, understanding their customers requirements, learning about the country and so on. All of that is what Abu mentioned, Nasir mentioned in one small sweet line. Information is the key for success. Okay, doing research. Um, um, these type of things would be important. I hope you guys are also looking at the chat as I am trying to see what is your thought process. As our friends mentioned, many times ideas come from facing problems and those type of things. Yeah, so for example, COVID-19, and we were talking about it. People came up with their people came up with their ideas for starting some business and so on. So that was, I think, how that come. It comes from some problem, some. And but how do we look at problems in our life? When problems come, are we okay with that, or we say, why this problem came in my life? What is that? Yeah. We are not open to, just like we are risk averse, as Chan mentioned, we are not open to problems also, maybe. Yeah. So our problems are, as I mentioned in last week, I was saying this, my mentor said to me that don't use the word problem. It is growth, it is opportunity for growth, that type of mindset. I see that you guys are encouraging each other in the chat, and many of you are using the same type of words which I use, which is like very good, very good. Okay. Okay, great. I have gone through the chat and nice pointers you have made. Yes, Nasir, please go ahead.
I just want to say to our friend that a good idea can be failed because of how you present it. For example, our very famous like Steve Jobs, he said that we first will produce a product, then we'll sell it. Like no matter if they need or not need, but if we present it good way, everybody will buy it, because then they will know if I need that or not mean that. Even a mediocre idea, if you can present in a good way, and or if you can present that, people feel that okay, I need to buy that. Maybe that product is not necessary to him or her. They will buy it. So
It's great.
yeah, but sometimes we fail to present our idea to others. So we have to if we have an idea, we have to think about it, and we have to present it that way that maybe everybody will think that okay, I need that product, but maybe they didn't need it, but we'll present it that way that they will feel that.
Mm. Very nice. Very nice. Important point. Very important point, Nasir. Very important point you have mentioned. Very important point. It is not what we say, it is how we say it. Yeah, it is not what we say, it is how we say it. That does not mean that what is not important. Content is king, content needs to be strong, but the way how we present, how we package, um, is very important. Um, so in one of the sessions we will be talking about international marketing. Yeah, international marketing, and try to identify some of the features in that, and the things which Nasir has mentioned, very nice. Like, if you present it in a good way, people will buy it even when they don't need it. Now think about it, and just go in your life. You go in the shop and you just see something there which looks good. Maybe there is a drink, it is a new drink, a soft drink, a juice. It looks good. You like the color, you like how it is packaged, you like the design of the bottle. It is new. You maybe see some candies, some chocolates, some chips. They are nicely packaged, and you just buy them. You don't need them. You buy them because they look good and you think they will taste good. And when you come home and eat them, maybe they don't taste as good. They look good, they don't taste good. Maybe you have experienced that. In my life, I have experienced this many times. I would go in a shop, walking around, see something, looks very good, nice design. I say, all right, let me take it. Come home, open it. It's not as good. Looks, looks can deceive us. Looks can deceive us. Accents can deceive us. Accents, the way someone speaks, it's a speaking has powerful. I'm sure some, you hear to some accents and you say, wow, what a nice accent that is. Maybe the point they are making is not very strong, but because of their accent you are thinking, wow, this is a good point. And maybe you did not like Nasir's accent, and you are saying, what is this? But you are not paying attention to what Nasir is saying, the content, because you are lost in the accent, or my accent, anyone's accent. I'm just saying, you don't like my accent. Yeah, you don't like my accent, and you are saying, what is this? But if I have the accent of the person you like, then everything is going to change, because your accent is, so accent is, what is that? It's presentation. Accent is presentation. How someone looks is presentation. Have you met someone in your life, a guy or girl, they look very nice, and you say, oh, I want to talk to them? And when you talk with them and spend some time, you say, boy, man, this is no good. So you see them, what is that? They say all those things are what Nasir has mentioned. Yeah. So international businesses know this thing, and they take advantage of this, and make the things, make the products, package them in the way that is going to attract their target client, the, the people they want to target. going to look good to them. That age group, those people coming from that socio-economic class, going to attract. So all of that, they do that research and then they target it. And then the thing which he mentioned about Steve Jobs, I think that is very profound. Honorable Steve Jobs, you have to check the details on that, but this is true. Like if we make the product and it looks good and people like, they are going to buy it. Yeah. And then there are different colors people are attracted towards. Yeah, different red color. What is red color? Black color, packaging. In all of packaging, these things, people, marketers think about these things. Yeah. So how they are getting those type of ideas? Yeah. I would like to take maybe one person more on this, if someone can say something before I move on. So the question, fundamental question is so far, at where do people get good ideas? What can we do to get good ideas? Is it, how do you get good ideas? Is it that you break your routine? That is when you travel, you get ideas. When you meet people from different cultures, you get ideas. When you are happy, you get ideas. Or is it when you are sad? Some people get depressed when they are sad. Other people start getting ideas when they are sad. It's different people. So tell us anything on this, like how do you get, maybe some personal story, something like that, which can help everyone to look at maybe something on how to be more risk loving. Yeah. That is important point, because many times people have ideas, but they are afraid of implementing them. Yeah, so anything on those lines? Yes, next one, please go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to. It's good to see you again, by the way.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
My
Happy to
camera
see you.
sucks. I was trying to get it to work, but whatever.
Good.
My
Good
voice
to
should be
have you back.
louder now.
Good to welcome. And your camera is still not working, I think.
No, it
So you need
sucks. I think I need to like change my computer. I think I have like a problem probably with the settings or something. Anyways, I was thinking today about it's an interesting topic. I was also thinking, how do I get ideas? I never thought about this. I get ideas out of nowhere. I talk to myself a lot when I'm walking on the street, probably out loud or on my mind. And I try to figure out things when I'm talking, because I figure out that when you talk to yourself, you get out whatever is in your mind. So sometimes you talk about things that you're not able to think of. Sometimes you get rid of things that you wanted to say, and sometimes you just come up with really strange things. And talking to yourself, it's like let's say the safe place. There's no who can judge you yourself. There's no way this can happen. So I would say that most of the ideas I've got, or the way I solve life, I figure out things like, I think, why did this happen in my life? Or why am I having this problem? Or why am I so good at this? Then I start to think about this when I'm walking on the street, and I start to talk to myself. People think that I'm crazy, but of course I'm in a foreign country, so probably people cannot understand. And so I understood today that it's really important to be happy with uncomfortable. I think everyone, like entrepreneurs, and I just understood today that it is really important in our lives to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because uncomfortable, it can be challenge, it could be bad thing, it could be depression, it could be anything, or even good things. Sometimes good things are uncomfortable. It's like, why my life is doing so good, I'm uncomfortable, this is weird, I don't why is this, what is happening, I don't trust you. Then being happy with the uncomfortable, with the challenges that come to us, like I understood that life is about enjoying them, because this thought that we are going to go to a safe place and like no challenges, happy life, unicorns, they are dancing, this is a lie. We are never gonna get there. Life is, as you said, Every time we have something to do, we wake up, this like disaster, there's this thing to do, I need to organize this thing, crap, I need to take a shower, oh no, I need to run this place, man, they're gonna bill me. Like, there's always something to do, and if we don't enjoy these things, when are we going to enjoy life? Well, never, because life is about this, and it will not end until we die, basically. Then I understood today it's so important to enjoy these little challenges of life, problems, uncomfortable things that we don't like, things that we like. All of these are so worth to enjoy. And if we don't enjoy them, there's not going to come this perfect time in which I'm going to be happy, perfect life. This time is not going to come. It's like an utopia. We're always chasing it, but it's never going to come, because life is about this, obstacles, because we're not perfect and we must be changed. There's always something that needs to be removed from us, and life is always trying to change us. Like, you are too proud, you are too arrogant, you need to like get rid of these things. And how do we get rid of these things? Through challenges, through difficulties. I realized today, I include myself, we all need to get rid of something in our lives. And I understood today, yes, I need to get rid of so much like bad things in my life. And if I don't face difficulties, am I gonna change them? Well, no, because I'm comfortable, because I think I'm perfect, because I think, oh, well, my life is doing perfectly, why should I change? I'm a perfect person, come on. Then this time for difficulty is a great time. It's a wonderful time. You said it, it's a time for growth. Yes, but how do we enjoy it? We need to enjoy it. It's like, oh crap, today is gonna be such a difficult day, but all right, I'm going to overcome it. Doesn't matter what is gonna happen. I just need to go through it and, face it. I'm not perfect, but I need to face it. And I thought, even entrepreneurs, what is this characteristic I was thinking that they have? Is that it doesn't matter how many failures, they stand strongly every time. And I thought, what is the difference with people? Like, I've had, of course, many difficulties because I'm a foreigner. And then every time I have a difficulty, crap, I get in my bed and I'm like, oh no, again. And then at some point, I need to stand up out of my bed and be like, all right, well, this is not going to remain like this. I just need to go and solve it. Doesn't matter what is going to happen. I need to solve it. Is someone going to solve it for you? Well, no. So you go and like resolve this thing. So then we get with this attitude. I understood that this attitude is so important, to go and say, I'm gonna get this thing done. Doesn't matter what it's gonna take me for me. Like, if I have to like give away a part of my hair, or I don't know, get rid of some of my clothes or some of my things, are we really willing to give up some things? Because you said this life, we can have this job 9 to 5, but then are we willing to give away this like safety, security, for this like joy, for this like risk? I could share like about my life. So I've been traveling already now for 4 years, and I would say that the most learning I've had is that I'm never comfortable. And I can admit it. I have never been comfortable wherever I go. I always face problems, struggles, and I also I put myself into these situations because I think that when you are pushed to the limit, that's the point in which you see who are you and who are the other people around you, and also what is missing from this world. You see, okay, there's something missing. I'm like in the edge, and there's nothing else. What is missing in this world? I also saw that when I face like limit situations, bad or good, I would see, man, people need to travel. It's amazing. Facing all of these difficulties is amazing. This makes you so much stronger, gives you so much like mental strength and so much courage. Yes, this is not the end of the world. I need to face it. I need to finish it. I need to solve it. That's it. I'm not gonna die here. Then this is the point in which I would say, yes, personally, I would encourage people so much to travel and to face this kind of situations, because it brings so much to our lives. And from my traveling, I have learned that I like never is the end. Every time I think it's the end, like impossible situation, turns out it's not. It's just a more difficult situation, but it doesn't mean it's the end. it means that I need to solve it somehow. I need to put more of my brain. And when we also face limit situations, like in the COVID, I also faced like lots of loneliness, entrapped, because I couldn't, like, it was such a thing that also some of my friends are facing. If I go to my home country, I cannot enter the country I need to, or I cannot come back to the country I'm studying in. So basically I'm stuck, and I need to decide basically to not see my family, like not see my people, not see my country, not eat my food, because if I do it, I'm not going to be able to finish my studies. And what is the point of this? My studies, 3 years of crying and doing homework just because I want to go one summer and eat my mom's food. Well, sometimes we gotta make these decisions. And I also in this time I saw people need so much. People should not be faced to this. People really don't should not be faced to this. And then you see, this is the limit in which I hope people should not come. People will not experience. Then these are the type of limits that I would say I experienced in my life, and I wanted to experience so much when I left Colombia, my home country. I wanted to try myself. I wanted to see myself, and I also would encourage people to be so spontaneous sometimes. Like, I honestly didn't know I was coming to Russia to study. I literally heard from a friend, okay, Russia is kind of cheap. I was like, I'm going there. And then sometimes these spontaneous ideas, like letting ourselves be stupid, or let's say crazy, I don't know, this also set us free a little bit and gives us so many ideas of what to do. Maybe this was a crazy idea, but whatever, it's okay, I just came here, so I'll just finish it. And it's I would say that this spontaneous, it's I don't know, but I would say that it's a really good thing to do, to letting ourselves also be free.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Yeah. So for all of us to make connection with idea generation, is that just like if you are looking in the chat, our friend is saying facing problems also gives you self confidence. All these different type of challenges, opportunities for growth, problems which Carolina is maybe reflecting on, and all of us have gone through them in one way or another. When you face those problems, one friend is saying in the chat, is it gives you self confidence. You get some problem, some obstacle, you try to solve it, it gives you self confidence. Once you have self confidence, then you have some type of ideas which are interesting enough, it would generate some type of energy in you, that you will be able to maybe execute it, because you have confidence. You have seen some difficulties in your life, you have seen some problems, you have overcome those problems in your own capacity, in your own way. So if you have that, then you have some idea, self confidence, there is a chance that you will be able to execute it. And another line, I wrote that line which Carolina was mentioning, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, that is quite interesting. Another one which she mentioned is traveling. I would definitely agree that idea generation is traveling is a very interesting thing to do for to get ideas. And traveling is not just going into some other country, even in your own, just like I said, in on your campus, go through different areas where you don't really walk through, change your route, change the roads on which you travel to to work or to university, or you walk on. Yeah, change the path on which you are walking, and just observe, um, feel the place. You will definitely get some ideas. I hope the things which we are talking about, you are going to implement them in your life, and maybe during our weeks engagement, or in your interactions, or in the chat, you are going to share with other friends, like what did you do and it worked or it did not work in terms of idea generation. We are going to take one more friend and then move on, maybe. Yes, please go ahead. Welcome. First time we are engaging, I think so. Good to have you. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes,
Ah,
please.
yeah. My name is Sergey. First time is here. Thank you very much. That's definitely a new field of study for me. I'm programmer myself.
Yeah.
Um, for me, the best way to find new ideas is problems of different people. For example, I'm walking on the street and I see some blind man, and I'm start to think, hey, what if he would have some glasses with sensors, and he, for example, could hear those obstacles, what can be around him. Hey, why not? Or something like that. And if someone have lack of ideas, hey, local news is for you. Really, there are so many problems of different people, different kind of people. So you can just find your field of study or of your interesting and find some problem what people have all the time and just solve it. So you already have some people who would buy your product, like that is done. That's the most like my source of ideas. And
Oh yes.
it's not a source, but if I need to solve some ideas, I like to do same thing what Dali or Tesla did have that. We have focus and unfocused mode of thinking. And
Mhm.
on-focus mode is really good to create solutions. So
Mhm.
Dali and Tesla, they just go, for example, to sit in a chair, get something heavy on one hand, for example, keys, and then they just get a bit of sleep. They drop those keys, waked up, and hey, some solutions came. Really good method to create some solutions. Well, maybe it could be done with ideas. I don't know. Probably.
Mhm.
I for I don't need it because I have so much ideas, but just solutions needed.
Nice,
Yeah,
lovely. That's lovely.
that's
You gave
all
us
I wanted to say.
yeah, beautiful. You gave
Thank
us
you.
many ideas and many interesting ways to look at the debate on idea generation. Here are some of the things which I wanted to say, and maybe it is good that you guys participated in the discussion and you thought about it. How to get good ideas. Ask yourself why we are not getting good ideas. Debate yourself. What are the times? What are you doing when you get some interesting good ideas? And incorporate those type of habits more in your life. Uh, for example, let's say that you want to start your own business, and being entrepreneurial or starting your own business is of course is not for everyone. Everyone has their own life choices, and they are comfortable or they want to do different things in life. Even if you are working for someone, uh, it is your ideas which are going to make you stand apart, stand out in the stand out in the crowd. It is your ideas which make you stand out. um, um, like, you guys are making points, I am making points on idea generation. Who is going to stand out? All of us are saying something, people are saying things in chat. Yeah. Who is going to stand out? The person who has the strongest idea, which most people can relate with, who is making the point in the right time. And the time, Nasir mentioned it, if you are listening carefully, the right time. Yeah, right time. For example, these selfie sticks, the sticks which we use to maybe tag our phone or something and uh, take pictures. When were these selfie sticks made? which year they were invented. Yeah, taking selfies is quite a modern way of life. Yeah. I want to show you something. Yeah. Selfie sticks, because the point Nasir mentioned was quite interesting, So I hope you can see my screen now, and I just ran a Google search, selfie stick. Yeah, selfie stick. Oh yeah, modern. This is modern. But if you look at the history of when were these sticks introduced, or when they came, you would be very surprised. Look at this. Homemade selfie sticks could date back as early as 1925, almost 100 years ago. People came with this idea of selfie stick, where taking selfie is a very modern idea for us. But if you look at the history, it is 100 years old. But why people were not taking selfies, their own selfies? Why? Because the product was there, but the time had not come. So you might have a very interesting idea, but if the time has not come for that idea, then it is not going to work out. Yeah, it's not going to work out. Can you guys see the screen when I'm sharing, or not really? I hope you guys are. Yes. Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah. So selfie stick, and look at the history. So this is one example of the time has to be right also for what you are doing. Yeah. Because at that time, the people who made the selfie stick or came up with this idea, they did not get the recognition of what they were doing. Why? Because the time was not right. The time and space has a lot to do with international businesses. So many times international businesses are coming with some product or service which was introduced years ago, but they are maybe rebranding it, relaunching it, putting a different cover, putting a different design. Yeah. They say that no, there is no new thought. They say there is no new thought, there is no new thinking, because human beings have thought about everything. There is no new thinking. They are thinking the same things, but with a new angle. You are giving it a little new twist every time. Yeah. But there is no new fresh idea which no one has thought. It's always someone has thought about it. Yeah. So this is a very interesting example which I might not have mentioned, but you guys mentioned the time and these type of things in your discussion. So that is interesting point for me, that where do I get ideas when I'm speaking with you? Where do I get ideas? So I don't plan what I'm going to say, to be honest. I just look at overall and maybe put it in the discussion, and you will make some comment, and your comments will trigger some thoughts in my mind, and then they are going to give me some ideas to speak on. So maybe that is one way to look at it. I want to look at a couple of videos, and let's see what they have to say. Short clips we are going to watch together. So the link is on your OMA. I have a website, so the link is there. So just go there, and this is what you are going to get once you are on OMA. So we are looking at the introduction and how to generate good ideas. This is where we are. When you will click that, this is what you are going to go. But I want to play some clips. Let's listen to them together.
Imagine the questions we could ask the great men and women of history.
Why doesn't the rain fall up? What is...
Imagine the questions we could ask the great men and women of history.
Why doesn't the rain fall up? What is fairness?
At EY, we love questions, because buried inside the heart of a question
Can people have wings?
is the spark of an answer.
How do I know I'm me?
Question after question
Peter, what was the first colour?
helps us find answer after answer.
Do questions make a better world?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching this clip, so I thought I should share with you. Uh, it's a nice advertisement for EY. There you can see the people from the past who have made a lot of inventions and very successful. And the kids of now are asking them where good ideas maybe come from, and they are saying that good questions, not the answers, just asking questions is a nice strategy to find interesting answers. And this is very interesting. The better the question, the better the answer, the better the world works. It is not really going for answers in the moment. In the moment, it is just asking the right questions, good questions, innovative questions, and then over a period of time the answers will come when there is the right time for the answers. Yeah, it's a very interesting thought that asking questions um, are going to help us on our journey towards idea generation. Let's watch a couple of more.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
The great men and women of history. Their relentless questioning changed our world. They took us from a sketch on paper to flight through the sky. Turned printers into factories. Transformed cars into drivers. Enabled our human hands to create a robotic one. Made science an art, and art a science. And allowed a whisper to be heard around the world. At EY, we're proud to work at the right hand of greatness, supporting the innovators and game changers of today and tomorrow to achieve our purpose of building a better working world.
Infinite source of power.
And helping to answer the question, is there a better way?
Very profound, very interesting. Yeah. They gave various examples. For example, printers of the past, and we are sitting in the times of 3D printing. We are sitting in the times where companies are printing food which people can eat. Companies are printing houses in which people can live. Very exciting time. So all of that, where it is coming from, where those ideas are coming from. So in this clip, if you are listening carefully, you must have heard that they are saying, always ask, is there a better way? Always ask yourself, no matter what you are doing, no matter what you are doing, maybe you are talking with your friend, it's a casual conversation, you are talking with your friend. Always ask, is there a better way to communicate with my friend? No matter what you are doing, maybe you are good in something, Maybe you are good in something. That being good should not stop you to think and reflect on this question. Is there a better way to do it? Maybe you are a very good programmer. Ask yourself, is there a better way to do it? Can I do it in a way which will be faster, cheaper, more affordable, less expensive, more user friendly? Anything. So always ask yourself, is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way? So just that question is going to generate ideas. When you are angry, before you show your anger on anyone, ask yourself, is there a better way? When someone is angry and shouting at you, before you respond, you ask yourself, is there a better way? How it is linked with international business management. Your customers are not going to be happy all the time. They are going to come and complain. They are going to write bad things on internet. There is no company which is safe from the wrath of customers. There is no company. So when the customer is angry and you don't understand customer complaint and you are also getting angry, before you show your frustration to the customer as international business, always ask yourself, is there a better way to deal with this customer? So please reflect on this question. Make it a part of your life for idea generations. You're doing whatever you are doing. Is there a better way? That is going to, I think, create a lot of ideas, new thinking, if you are going to go on that path. Yeah. Let's go to the next one.
Problems. Nobody likes problems.
We apologize for the delay.
But why is that? At IBM, problems actually inspire us to fix things, to change things, to push the world forward. Which is why so many people who dare to take on problems work with IBM every step of the way.
You got it.
Very interesting and thought-provoking. If you think about it, in this clip, you are only seeing problems, lights going out, problems with the phone, problems with the trolley, with the bicycle, with the car tire, problems, bad things happening. Yeah. But it is an international business, which is IBM. I'm sure you are familiar with the business. And they are saying that problems inspire us. They help us change the world in the better way. People don't like problems, but we like problems and we want to solve them. You guys made this comment, but I think this clip brings a little more energy in this thought that idea generations are many times is going to happen with the acceptance of problem. I really want you to take a moment and reflect on what you are seeing on the screen. There is no rush. Yeah, take a moment. If I smart loves problems, Smart loves problem, not foolish, not fools. fools, fools complain. Yeah. Smart people look at problems as opportunity for opportunities of growth. Yeah. 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 But again, we're not asking problems to come in our life. May God keep us happy and problem free. But then our growth will be different. Our growth will be different. We will not have problems in our life, but we will grow differently than a person who will have problems in their life and they will be able to solve some problems and maybe not solve other problems. And as some friends were saying in the chat, if they are able to solve the problem, they will have self-confidence, and that self-confidence will help them in various activities in their life. This clip which you are seeing on the screen, this is rather a longer clip, so I don't want to play it in the class, but it is very important clip. Learn to generate good ideas. How to generate good ideas. Yeah, so from that from that clip you are going to from this one where good ideas come from. Please find some time to watch this clip, absorb it, think about it, uh, reflect on it, and try to incorporate some of the strategies which they are going to show you. I think it is like 10 minutes clip or something like that. So in your own time, watch it carefully, reflect on the pointers our friends made, reflect on the pointers I made. Try to be someone who comes with good ideas every now and then. Uh, that I think is going to be a helpful activity if you can do that. I have posted some examples here. One example is Uber, again international business, but with a very different model. Uber, as you guys would know, they are into the business of taxis. People use transportation, you can call it, but they do not own uh, taxis, generally speaking. Uh, they don't own them. They did not buy the taxis. They don't own the drivers who drive or operate the taxis. They don't own those things, generally speaking. But they have just set up, created a business model which is international. Uber is available in many countries across the globe. So developing an international business where you don't own the assets, generally speaking. You created a website, you made the people link with each other there, all of that. Yeah. So how they were able to do that is a very interesting example of international businesses. That how a company like Uber, who does not own the assets, in this case the taxis or the cars and the drivers, was able to implement an international business successfully with reasonable success. Across the globe, how they were able to do that. So in doing this, the factor of trust is very important. Trust. So the question here is that how a company like Uber was able to create or manage trust in the eyes, in the minds of the consumer, how they were able to do that. So when you will watch this clip, again, it is, I think, 10 minutes long. So you need to watch these clips in your own time, please. and try to understand. This clip answers the question that how the company created the factor of trust for the consumer, that they are taking the taxi, but they trusted the brand Uber. That is why they are taking taxi. Otherwise, if they don't trust Uber, then they are not going to. So what are the mechanisms they posted, they hosted in the system, how they did it? That's a very interesting case. So you should go in depth and read about these things. Another company, as I'm talking about Uber, comes to mind, which is again international business, and I'm sure you are familiar with the company. Maybe you have uh, used their services, I don't know, but at least you have heard about that. The company is Airbnb, again international business, loosely speaking, established businesses across the globe. Again, they don't, well, the businesses, they rent places. People can buy accommodation, people can rent accommodation, place to sleep. But again, just like Uber, Airbnb does not own, most of the times they don't own those properties which people are renting. So they don't own the assets, they don't own the properties, they don't own the homeowners. It is just a platform which they have created. And both of these examples, Uber has disrupted how people use transportation across the globe. Airbnb has disrupted the hotel industry across the globe. Many people around the world, you can run some Google searches and learn about this. Many people around the world, to have a better experience of the country, they prefer to go on Airbnb. Now the question is that, sometimes things don't go right. So a bad experience can happen if you use Airbnb, or a bad experience can happen when you use Uber. But over a period of time, the number of those bad experiences is going down. But they have they are not, I'm not saying they are 100% or they are foolproof. We are not saying that. But they are interesting business models which were able to create the dimension of trust in the eyes of the consumer. So this is something which you need to spend time and reflect on how they were able to do that. Yeah, very interesting. I really enjoyed this clip. In your own time, again, watch it. Best company is where best ideas win. Yeah. Best company is where best ideas win. It is not who is saying what. It is not who is saying what. Yeah. It is what is being said. What is being said. Some other friends are making some postings about some companies. Run Google search and try to know about them. Yeah. If you know any company like these companies which I am talking about, you feel free to post in the chat, because it is good to learn from each other. That would be nice. Yeah. Where the best ideas win. So to create a company where best ideas are going to win, you have to have a different type of culture. What type of culture you would have? What type of atmosphere you are going to have? Yeah? And especially because the course is international business management, as your business grows and goes into different markets and different cultures and different type of time zones and different type of personalities and whatnot, different types of languages, how to ensure that the best ideas win. It is not who is saying, it is what is being said. What is the point? So international business management, it is okay to get impressed by how someone looks or how someone speaks, and it is natural. All of us appreciate good looks, good looking people, good looking products, uh, presentation, good presentation. We love that, but never let that that thing not pay you, not make you pay attention to some good idea. Yeah. So in other words, maybe you don't like someone in the company. Yeah, you don't like someone. Yeah, you don't like them. So when we don't like someone, then what happens? Whatever they are saying don't make sense to us. We say, what is that? It don't make sense to me. Because we don't like them. On the other hand, when we like someone, even if they make some average idea, average point, we say, oh wow, this point is so good, my god. Yeah. And this is natural, and this is across the globe, but don't let that don't let that hinder you. uh, don't let that hinder you, so you cannot see a good idea because the way it was said or who said it. Always go for the content at the end of the day. Yeah. Diversity is something which we spoke about in our conversation today. Diversity, yeah, having different people from different backgrounds. That is something we spoke about. People coming from different backgrounds. If people are coming from different backgrounds, then they would have different experiences. Yeah. Because they have different experiences, they would have different way of looking at different things. When they have different way of looking at things, their opinion is going to be different, so they are going to give you different idea to solve some problem. Yeah. Or their opinion would be different. So diversity, they say, it's important. And there is a clip on the website, the last one. It is going to give you some points why corporate diversity programs fail. So in international businesses, in local businesses, they have these type of programs that, oh, bring different people, bring males, bring females, bring different religions, different cultures together, and diversity, so people can have different uh, ways of thinking. But just be mindful that just bringing people from different areas, different places, just alone, that is not going to create diversity. As a matter of fact, it can create a lot of chaos, it can create a lot of problems, because people are thinking very differently. So if they are not open to listening to other ideas, and you have just put in those people together, then diversity is not maybe going to give you the rewards which you were thinking about, maybe. Yeah. So diversity is interesting thing, but we need to play it um, a little bit a little bit carefully. These are some thoughts on so we were saying international businesses, they come out in the city, in the country, expand, and then they become international businesses. And then we said that, okay, before they become so successful, how do they start? And then we established that everything, just like everything else in life, these businesses, they have some idea initially, a small idea. They start on small scale, and then over a period of time they grows. And then we said that let's reflect, let's spend some time, how can we get some ideas, how we can improve our ability of ideation, if I can call it that. Yeah, idea creation. Yeah. So in that, I asked you to reflect in your own life and see where did you get ideas, what was those times, what was happening in your life in that time. Maybe you are going through some challenges, and then we said that change your mindset about that. So problems are not just problems. They make you do things differently. Sometimes they give you ideas to look at the thing in a different way, and so on. Yeah. And then you guys also made some comments, so I'm happy with the involvement, and so on. um, 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 I'm going to put you in breakout rooms now, small groups, and in that I would like you to discuss these things with each other. uh, those friends, they just discuss with each other and see a smaller group. Is there anything else we can add to this discussion, which we did not speak about in the chat, or no one said it, or I did not say it, and it can be very helpful in idea creation? Have that type of conversation in the smaller groups, and then we will come out again, everyone will be together, and then we will try to see if there are some new idea we can come up with, something new for our discussion. So that is what we are going to do. I am breaking you in smaller groups for some time. Talk with each other, know each other, welcome the friends who you have not met before, who are new. Encourage participation. Um, Try to think about something new for this topic, and then we come back, and then we try to discuss that, or um, something like that. Yeah. So that is what we are going to do. So please make yourself involved uh, in this activity as you go in the groups. I will going to make the groups small, size of 3, so you can interact. uh, and I'm also going to stop by in the groups to see maybe if you guys are participating in the discussions or not. Yeah. So let's do that, and we can come back like in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. But engage yourself with the content, idea creation, and all of that. Share examples, and then we talk about it together. Yeah. Okay. See you shortly. You are going into your smaller group. With this song, we will close. With this song, we will close. With this song, we will close. With this song, we are going to close our engagement. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Fun, and I texted him, and then from his reply, actually, I could already understood that he's like.
Well, oops, everyone is coming back.
Nice talking to you, Simon. God.
I was giving my greatest business ideas, but I have to come back.
Yes, I am sorry. It's my apologies for stopping you guys. You were enjoying a nice conversation with each one. He's just short of time now. So I hope you were
It's a
able
big
to.
and we need to solve this problem.
We definitely will. We definitely will. But I apologize. But I hope you enjoyed a little bit with your friends and everything. So please turn off your mic, some friends, Mina, Chan, oh, so for better quality of voice. Yes. So I'm sure you discussed few things which we did not touch on. So this is your time to share share with us. So please see if you can share some thoughts on idea generation, something new, exciting with everyone. So that would be nice. Over to you guys. Please go ahead.
I'd like to share something.
Please go ahead, Joy.
It's it's going to sound crazy, and forgive me. It's not. I can't remember the specific.
Your mic stopped working.
He's on the road now. Maybe his connection.
No, I'm actually home. It's my connection is.
I'm sorry.
My connection is crapping itself at the moment. Okay, so some time ago, I've always been crazy about learning. Right, I always wanted to. I've always had a curious mind. I wanted to learn everything, which is not exactly humanly possible, but I wanted to learn as much as I could. And after experiencing the obvious challenges that most of us experience in school, some time after, I started to think about how I could become a better student and face the parts of my learning that were hard for me. And like the biggest one is when I'm reading. I don't know if it's the way I am or if I was trained that way in the kinds of schools we have where I come from. But anyway, I'd be reading, and at the same time, I'm putting pressure on myself to remember everything I've read, which is not exactly the most optimal way to learn. Like you learn and you don't necessarily have to memorize while you're learning. Anyway, that led me to take this course about learning how to learn. And then I learned about this crazy idea. So someone earlier talked about the focused mode of thinking. So I learned about the focused mode and the diffuse mode. Now the focused mode is the way of thinking we apply when we're trying to solve a problem and we're actively putting our brain to task. It's like solving an algebra equation, for example. And the diffuse mode is the thoughts we get when we're not trying. And it's so crazy how you get some ideas when you're not trying to get them. And so I learned about this practice that scientific geniuses from the olden days would hack their brains. So some well-known names, I'm not sure which ones, and I don't want to lie to you, so I won't try to name names, but a few of them figured out how to hack their brains. So they figured that we get ideas, we get very creative when we're not trying to get ideas. So they figured, okay, I'll set myself up to sleep and maybe hold something in my hand that if it fell, it would make a noise and wake me up. So the idea was catch yourself when you are drifting off into the dream realm, which is one of the times when your brain gets super creative and you have weird dreams and all that stuff. So they would drift off into sleep and set themselves up so something would happen because they're sleeping, like say, drop something because you're falling asleep and immediately wake up. And at that point, they can remember. It's like they're snatching the thoughts they had in the dream realm, which is when you have crazy kinds of thoughts, and that's how some of them came up with the crazy ideas to revolutionize many things, many inventions that we know about. So essentially, the thing is, we have a lot of interesting problem-solving and creative ideas when we're not trying, which is why it's advised to take breaks, to go for a walk, or do something that isn't geared towards solving that problem. And then that brings me to another idea, which is that the most innovative or the most popular or famous inventors, well, no, let me rephrase that. You don't necessarily have to be the smartest person alive to create amazing inventions. It's just the creativity and all the other, sensible things you do to bring that creativity to life that gives the world its inventions. Not necessarily the smartest people. And that's the crazy idea I wanted to share with you.
It's not crazy at all. It is very sane. Very nice. Thanks, Dwayne, for.
Yeah, the falling asleep part is not exactly what you would consider a popular practice. But yeah, it makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah. Very nice. Interesting. Yeah. This point about not trying. When you are not trying, is not trying to. Best learning happens when someone is not trying to make you learn. So your best learning will happen when I'm not trying to make you learn, and I'm just sharing my thoughts with you, and in your own time you will just. They say you learn in your own time. When the time is right for you, you learn at that time. There's very different ways you can think about it, about this concept of not trying. And at least this thing has been established by a couple of friends that when they were not trying, they got some ideas and sleeps and um, some other things like, is it for some people, like next week we will be looking at productivity, maybe productivity and quality. So in that there is a big debate that what is the attention span for people. um, they need regular breaks and so on, uh, which I don't give any breaks, or maybe I should try giving breaks in this course to see if that helps in taking some ideas or something like that. But they have seen me, those who took courses with me in the first 2 weeks, I don't generally give breaks, and for me also generally I don't even take breaks, and I do get some ideas every now and then. So it is again linked with the different personalities. Different people are. Some people require. Most people require breaks, a downtime. Most people. Very few people, you would see that they are continuously working for 10 hours, 11 hours, or something like that. Any other idea which you think you got in your groups, which you think everyone can benefit from that? I think this is good time to share that. We still have like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If there is anything exciting which was there and it can be beneficial for everyone, I think um, this is uh, uh, this is a good time uh, to share that thought.
I have one point to add. We talked about the human-centered design in our group because if you create or develop a new product or a solution for a problem, it should be human-centered. And first of all, you should show empathy and understand the human. And in the next step, for example, you should define the problem and making sense of needs and insights from stories. And As a third part, you have to start with the ideation. You can do, for example, brainstorming and getting ideas from other fields. And after that, you can start with your prototype. So you can choosing ideas that could meet the needs and making prototypes of what a service, a policy innovation could look like. And at least you can test your prototypes.
Mm.
Your community or with user groups the prototypes are for. And this is not a linear process, it's more like a circular process. And it all starts with the inspiration. So you have the questions like, how do I get started? How do I conduct an interview? How do I stay human-centered? And after that, you can start with the ideation. So you have an opportunity for design. So you're asking yourself, how do I interpret what I've learned? How I do turn my insights into tangible ideas, and how do I make a prototype? And at least you have an innovative solution. So then you're asking yourself, okay, how do I make my concept real? How do I assess if it's working? And how do I plan for sustainability, for example? And the main point is that this is a human-centered design, and it is not a linear process, it's a circular process.
Very nice, very nice. Good to have you. First time I think we are together in this summer. So good to have you and nice pointers there. This is very interesting point which our friend just raised in the end side. It's not linear, it's circular, like circular motion in the circle, not linear, not step by step, one step, step two. It's a circle. You get some ideas, you go in the market, you test them out, you see what is the problem, you come back in the circle, and then you try to improve that idea and so on. Um, if if there is no one else who would want to say anything, I would like to. If there is someone who wants to say something, you are welcome. You can stop me anytime you want. But as our friend was speaking, it brought some memories in my mind, and I would like to almost end our interaction for today with that little story. So um, I was graduating a couple of years ago, and at that point in time, I met someone very successful, or really successful in their career with a lot of experience and so on. And everyone was praising them, and everyone was saying that this person is really knowledgeable in their field and so on. And I got a chance to interact with them one on one for few minutes, and I asked them that it would be good to have a list or something like what are the things I should do in my life or careful about, or what are some of the lessons you can give me from your life. And the gentleman smiled and um, 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 he said that is going to take a lot of time, but I will see that before I leave the country I share some thoughts with you. And that was it. But then next time when we met, he just saw me, and we were just in the party, and he just put his hand in his pocket, and he take out a piece of paper on which he had written some points for me. That was so nice for him to do that. So he spent time in writing something for me. And what our last friend was saying, it just the memories came of that. He gave me 6 points to be generally successful in life, whatever I do and so on, whatever it is. And one of the pointers was that all the projects which you take, all the projects should be public oriented. In other words, human centric. all the projects you are doing, all the initiatives you are taking, please ensure that they are public oriented, they are human centric. So when our last friend was talking, it just this point came in. So I think with ideas also, uh, the more they are public oriented, the more they are human centric, I think that is going to be very beneficial. I hope you learned a thing or two in this session. It was not more of a learning for me the purpose was to make you reflect on where good ideas come from. Now I hope you will reflect on this in your own life and see how you can get more and more good ideas. And going forward, we are going to touch on the key topics of international business management. For example, from tomorrow, we will start talking about globalization and culture and so on. International business has a lot to do with understanding other environments, other people, and so on. And so, with that thought, I'm going to close on this piece I am going to play. Please enjoy the piece, enjoy the song, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. But important thing is to reflect on these things. Enjoy night, everyone. See you tomorrow.